All right, hello everyone, and peace of the Lord to all of you. We will go a little bit earlier. Please invite your friends. Actually, I wasn't planning to go live. This is live from Gaza, from Israel. I put it for you until I go and start talking. But I saw a video from Mimi Hijab, and I find that this video is interesting. I did not make any comment about the so-called debate. For a very simple reason, I did not watch it. I'm not really interested. I know it's just stupid talk, And this guy Morgan, he do dog show. The whole idea of this so-called debate is to bring more viewers, and it worked. Obviously, millions of people watch. But if you think about it, you will find that there's no quality in the conversation, and you learn nothing except each one of them, without even listening. It's you. Like I heard that Mimi Hijab said that Churchill, he was a criminal, war criminal. I heard like a second. But in the same time, I just saw this video of Mimi Hijab. And I just saw it now. When I said to you, like, okay, thank you very much, see you tomorrow. So this is the video he just posted, Mimi Hijab himself. And this is his channel. And obviously, if you ask yourself why he made this video, look like he is under criticism, some people, and he want to make himself look better. So he said, let us hear what he said. And he is the one who chosen this part of his argument.
Hamas post October 7th.
Look, here's my opinion. Let me be straightforward about this, right? Anybody who kills civilians, anybody, whether it's the IDF, I'm consistent in this manner. If it's proven beyond reasonable doubt that these people have killed civilians in both of our faith traditions, in Islam and Judaism, in the Quran is mentioned, in the Prophet, he said it himself, you cannot kill a woman, you cannot kill a child. I condemn them. I condemn them.
Okay. So, here you ask yourself, okay, well, Hamas is a Muslim organization, and all the leaders is sheikhs. So is Mimi Hijab, he have a different book? Do he have a different religious value? Hamas don't have it. Is he a Muslim like them, or there is a Muslim left and there is Muslim right, and there is Muslim up and there is Muslim down? So I found that this is very interesting, because actually this is what we want. He condemned Hamas. So what are you there doing exactly? And I find it very funny that he is the one who chosen. You see, this is his channel. This is not my post. He just posted, actually, as soon as I finished, I was saying to you, like, okay, God bless you, take care. I saw the video posted. It appeared in the right side of my screen, and YouTube page. So as long you condemn the action of Hamas of killing children and women and babies, and he said something very important. He says, in our religion and their religion. And here we see the fallacy of the Muhammadans. Do you think this guy in front of Muslims, inside his household, he will condemn Hamas? No. They will never do that. Every Muslim praising them, every day, every Muslim respect them, every Muslim believe that they did the right thing. Let me mute that in the back video. Give me a second. We have Gaza live. All right. We go back here. Or we go back here. So the first thing we will ask ourselves, Do Hamas have different book? Okay, how this is against Islam, and then Hamas, they practice this, Saddam Hussein, he practiced this, Al-Qaddafi, he practiced this, every single Muslim country, they practice killing babies and children and women. So which religion those people they have? Hamas is not an organization or like Antifa, you know, they have no book, they have, you know, it's just a bunch of idiots who believe in socialism and they hate anything, you know, in their way. Even a gas station, they think it's capitalism, but yet they are desperate to fill their gas. Hamas is an Islamic organization. At the same time, it become a government, and the leaders, all of them, they are sheikhs. This guy is not a sheikh. This guy is nobody. This guy is a street boy. He become famous because of David Wood. This is reality, you know. If not David Wood, this guy will be in the street and he will be just wearing his pink t-shirt and nobody will care for him, etc. So it was David Wood actually who made him, let us say, rich. This is the handmaid of David Wood. I know some of you don't like me to say that, but this is the truth, you know. And then you ask yourself, even why this guy, Morgan, he is inviting this kid. I mean, who is he? You see, let us say he would invite somebody present in the Muslim community. Shouldn't you bring somebody as a sheikh? Is this guy, he is a leader of a mosque, he's an imam or something? Is he a professor of Islamic study, etc.? This guy, he used to bring, what his name, Yasser Qadhi, and he called him sheikh. And Yasser Qadhi called him a student. Right? He called him student. In the front of his face, he called him, you are my student. Right? Linda saying, imagine Muhammad Hijab on Piers Morgan, Christian princes still in YouTube complaining like the military leader of Israel. I don't know, Linda. First of all, if I want to be there, I can be there. Just to let you know, I was invited to a TV show in Israel and I refused many years ago. So you are just a stupid idiot. In fact, I refuse to be with anybody. And I said that many times, you know, I don't like to be in any... here you will see that he's saying this Linda, like he is a military leader of Israel. Well, if I am an Israeli citizen, I will be fighting, I will not be here. And I will be a leader for sure. Just to let you know, I was in the army for real, not like this idiot who never hold a gun. I'm a real fighter. And I've been through war. So there is people who speak about war, who've been in war, and there is people who they never have a gun in their hand and do not know what war is, but yet they school you about war. So you're an idiot like your prophet. Anyway, change your name and come back with, you know, maybe you are Muhammad Hijab. And by the way, just to let you know, Muhammad Hijab himself, when he asked the Muslims who you like to debate, they said to him, he put a list of names. They said to him, a Christian prince, he is converting a lot of Muslims into Christianity. Did he debate me? He did not dare. He hung up on me 6-7 times. So here you ask yourself, if Muhammad Hijab is there, what he was when I was calling him to debate him. The coward, he ran away. He played a tape. Did you say that? Hang up on him. So this coward, he is there simply because the person in front of him, he do not know anything about Islam. And they will speak about politics. Nothing, no proof, no reference, no agreement. Same time, name for me one Muslim he condemned Hamas. The only one who condemn Hamas is those who oppose Hamas. What does that mean? Mean they are fighting over power or they are fighting the Muslim Brotherhood, like the Saudi. The Saudi, they listed Hamas as a terrorist organization a long time ago. But not because of their Islamic view, but because they are trying to take over Saudi Arabia. The same as Al-Qaeda, the same as ISIS. And in fact, Osama bin Laden and his fighters, they were sponsored by Saudi Arabia for a long time. They collect donations from the people, from the public, in the mosque, in the stores, everywhere. And then they send them to the Mujahideen in Afghanistan. And who is the head of the Mujahideen? Osama bin Laden. The day Osama bin Laden, he starts speaking against the royal family in Saudi Arabia, suddenly Osama bin Laden became a terrorist. But all his life, he was not. In fact, Khashoggi, the one who was killed by the Saudi intelligence, he was a Saudi intelligent in Al-Qaeda. Surprise, surprise. And this is not a secret. This is all over. The information is there. So the Saudi, they were sponsoring the terrorists because terrorism is the religion of Islam. But the second you speak against the royal family, which is not royal, a bunch of Bedouin, suddenly him, Hamas, Muslim Brotherhood, all of them, they are as terrorists. So now Hamas and Muslim Brotherhood, because they are the same party, they are wanted and they are forbidden, and they are forbidden from practicing anything in Emirat, Bahrain, Syria. You know, by the way, they have an office for them in Syria, but you cannot practice in Syria, which means the Syrian, the same as the Iranian, they use them just to control, you know, the same as Qatar. In the same time, we see Muslims in the West, they hate each other and they disagree with each other about everything regarding Islam. Like this guy, Mimi Hijab, he have a whole channel, it's just to, you know, to bully Muslims. Him and Lili Dawa. In fact, he is so nice with this rabbi compared to how he act with Muslims. With Muslims, he bullied them badly. He speak about their women. He speak about their wives. He speak about their children. This guy is a very, very evil bully man. Here, because he is in a professional show, so he tried to look like he is decent, you know, so he dressed a suit and he speak like a person in the suit, right? And then when the host, he asked him about do you condemn the killing of the babies, he have to say what he have to say. But this is the real Muhammad Hijab. Okay, I suck your wife tit to make her haram. This is the real Mimi Hijab. Would Mimi Hijab say what he say in his tweet in Morgan show? Can I suck your wife tits? So those people, they change their mask, their face mask, depend where they are. Christian Prince is a sexual predator. Why? Because a woman, Muslim woman, she is a whore. She called the Christian Prince. She said, Jesus, he played with his mother boobs. And then Jesus, he quote for her what his prophet said about suckle me. Mimi Hijab, he took that part. He says a Christian Prince is a sexual predator. He's a bully. So the bully, now he became a professional. And David Wood, he made him famous. And now he is getting the fruit of this. Look at him. He is getting more fat, his face, his, you know, nice, fancy clothing. I mean, this guy, he don't even have a job. So all of this is just because of David Wood. Actually, if I am him, if I am Muhammad Hijab, I should make a statue for David Wood in my house. Because this guy is nobody. But because he's a bully, and he was bullying David Wood in the debate, and David Wood is not a professional bully, so he was not able to bully the bully to look like he is winning. Because that's what happened. If you debate a bully, and you don't bully the bully, then the bully, he will look, he is the one making fun of you, and you look like an idiot. So the bully looked like a winner, and he get the fruit of looking like a winner because he is a bully. And Muslims always support the bully one. And you know, I'm not against what David Wood he did, but I am against him for not being bully with the bully. Because if you are not qualified to bully the bully, then why you debate a bully? I mean, everybody knows that this guy is just a bully. So you go in the stage and you want to speak as a professional with a bully, you will look stupid. Imagine I'm talking now to a kid and the kid, he kept putting his tongue out to me. People will laugh at who? Do you understand what I'm saying? If I am in the stage, and then there is a guy, he keep making fun of me. How he make fun of me? Not only by, he don't even say one thing is true. All what he said actually is absolutely false. And this is why he get upset from me. I made videos, refuting his lies about what he said to David Wood. But David Wood, instead of answering and getting him busted in the moment, he went home, he took 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then he started making videos about what. So the bully, he got the fruit right away. He came online, he says, brothers, sisters, there's many people are leaving Islam. We are the one who defend the faith, and this no, didn't donate to us. And here is the fruits of the debate. So, and then his channel pushed from somebody have like 50, 60,000 to somebody overnight, he have 300,000. This is reality, we are not making things up. This is why I say, for Christians who they claim that they can debate Muslims by speaking in a nice way, I say to you, you are an idiot. You speak to a nice person in a nice way. This is the rule. You speak to a bully person in a bully way. Because if you don't, you will look like you are the one who is stupid. What bully people do? They come to someone, hey, you are fat, you are stupid, look at your hair, look at your, and because you don't have the skills of talking like them, you look stupid, and they are insulting you, you do not know what to say. So, if you are not, or you don't want to be a bully with the bully, then don't debate a bully. Otherwise, the bully will make you look bad and will make you look like you are a loser. And this is exactly what happened with David Wood, with Mimi Hijab. However, with me, he could not do that. Did he dare to have a debate? They are so much intimidated to the point they were working to collect videos, samples of me saying things. Is that correct? You will notice they never collect samples of videos of anyone. Not to Apostate Prophet, not to David Wood, nobody. Debate, okay, let's go debate. But with me, they have 5, 6 Muslims in the room. And they prepared themselves, and actually they were late 2 hours from the time they prepare, because they are preparing the videos. And they made a decision, we cannot debate him. We have to play the videos, and those videos supposedly will make him look bad. So the whole idea is how we can make this person look bad. As simple as that. Same time, I find that those people are really priceless. When somebody is stupid, he becomes famous, he will do stupid things. Literally. So, if I go right now to the channel, he have a channel in Facebook, a channel in YouTube. He have other channels, those are not the same one. This is not the same one we're talking about. The channels in which he bullied the other Muslims. You will notice that England, the Muslim in England, they are in chaos. They are in chaos to the point they are beating each other. Literally. Like we saw in the other day, a guy, his name is Shamsi, and 3, 4 guys, Muslim guys, they beat the guy. And actually they come from his back. I saw the video, very cowardly behavior, but that's Muslims. And they did beat the guy. And then Shamsi is making a video, and then really Hijab, he claimed that he is the one who is the hero. He says, we warn you. But you don't dare to say, I am the one who sent them, because simply he's not. But he want to make himself like he is the one sponsored by the Muslims, and you are not. So not only they bully, they try to cause physical harm to their own fellow Muslim. And this is why I believe that those are really priceless. they divide the Muslim community in everywhere. If you remember Larry Dawa, when he made a video bullying the guy, the other guy, and he called the video, this guy, you know, he support Israel. Do you remember? Let me see if I can find it for you. We just played it, you know, 2 days ago. This is how horrible their situation is. And when an idiot, he become the one who is going to represent the Muslims in international media, that even the best thing to happen. You don't want someone to be smart to be there. The more stupid he is, the better it is. So I believe, even though David Wood, he did not, you know, do the right thing with this guy, but sometimes you never know. I mean, sometimes, you know, like things work in the other direction. Not a single Muslim. Like, actually, if you see here, let me show you this. This is the video which he posted, and this is the Muslims' comment. XX Steve saying, if you don't want to end your career, don't debate with Muhammad Hijab. And obviously, anyone who debate Muhammad Hijab, he loses his career. But Muhammad Hijab don't dare to debate me. And Muhammad Hijab, he is the one who delete everybody's career. If you go down a little bit, it says, let us not to forget the Israeli or the settler, which mean why you are condemning Hamas for killing babies. The Muslims in the text, they don't understand that this guy is just practicing taqiyya. You have to say that. It's on the TV, you know, like it's a, you know, a program watched by millions of people. So I have to say I condemn killing babies. But in reality, he don't. If we click at the reply, opposer and occupiers, they are illegal. And by international law, Palestinians, Hamas, or anyone else from Palestinian territories are allowed to resist the occupation. So you see, so whatever he said, actually, the Muslims don't agree about what he said. So why he said it? Well, they understand that this is taqiyya. At first, they came as refugee and become invader. Well, isn't it you is the one who is doing that? You came as a refugee to London, and now you claim that you own London? But the truth is, even the Quran, those stupid people, says it clearly that this is the land of the Jews. Paris is such a hypocrite. Well, I thought Muhammad Hijab is being hypocrite, because why he don't say, well, in Islam, we are allowed to kill our enemies. Isn't it his prophet? When they asked him about killing women and children, he said they are from them. He said that the prophet forbid. And then if you go and read the Muslim books, you will find that the prophet forbid killing the women, not because if he forbid, but because those are going to be our slaves. Why you want to kill them? However, if it is a necessity, you kill them. Children's and women, they are taken as sex slaves and slaves for sale in the market. So Muhammad, he liked to protect his product as long it's valuable. If it's not, kill them. You know, please consider that it is a must to be easy in Israel to express solidarity for the innocent people of Gaza. There are people of left wings that are aggressive. I have relative in Israel. The narrative is one-sided. Maybe this one is just, not, she's not Muslim, obviously. But you don't understand even what they are saying. As an Algerian, I will never condemn Hamas because I know what the colonization look like and what it does to people. And here you ask yourself, this guy is from Algeria. He's an African. Unless he's an Arab. The Arab, they invade his land. They force him to change his language. They force him to change his religion. And they force him to call himself Arab. And he is speaking about colonization. When this is what Islam does. What Algerian have to do with the Arab? If you ask him, are you an Arab? He will say, I'm an Arab. Here it says, a real man of consistency and a single standard man hijab. But isn't it Muhammad hijab in the Deen show? He says, the Prophet, he said, actually he said that in the speaker corner, maybe if you can find me the video. He said, the Prophet says, if you don't convert to Islam, I've been commanded to kill all mankind. Unless you are a Muslim, you will not be killed. This is the same guy. And look like the video actually is few hours ago, 8 hours ago, but I just saw it. So if we ask Mimi hijab, what we should do with the Israeli? If you condemn killing the babies and the women, what is exactly the Muslim treatment? He will say, well, we rape them. And here you ask yourself, why this guy Morgan, he did not ask him, what about raping children? Those people, they go to a place where they knew that those people, they don't go and hit in religion. They aren't going to speak about religion. And he will not insult his religion. Because a question which is going to be a harsher question is going to be taken as an insult. So those who they are doing those shows, they never insult Muhammad, and they will not dare to insult Muhammad because they are simply doing business. They don't want to lose their business. They don't want to be at risk. If they walk in the street, somebody would target them. So they want to do it safe way. Do you condemn Hamas? But they will never talk about Islam. They will never dare to say, do you think this guy Morgan, he never heard of Muhammad saying kill the Jews? Why Muhammad want to kill every Jew? At that time, there was no Israeli state as a state. It was under the occupation of the Roman. Do you think Muhammad will say to him, Muhammad, he killed every Jew in the Arabian Peninsula? Why he killed them? Do you think he will say to him, Muhammad, he killed the Jews who he came to their city? You see, we saw a comment of a Muslim speaking about the Jews came as refugee, which is false. Muhammad himself, he came as a refugee to the city of Yathrib. And what Muhammad he did as a refugee, in the beginning he came with a few Muslims, and then they start bringing more and more people to join him from the Arab. Remember, Yathrib is not an Arab city. The majority are the Jews. And Jews are not Arab. As soon Muhammad he have enough men to slaughter the Jews, he accomplished the mission. In fact, he start even assassinating Jews, women and men and old. We have stories of Muhammad torturing an old man so he can find where his money. He was a Jew. We have a story of Muhammad sending his man to borrow some food from a Jew, and then when he went inside the room, his bedroom, he put a sword in his chest, and the Jewish guy is almost 100-something years old. So how this idiot he say something totally against what his prophet did? And this is why actually he is here. He is here because he knew that the person in front of him, he have zero knowledge of it. They study the person. They study who is the one who is going to debate them. If the one who will debate them is very well educated in the topic, and he knew a lot about Islam, Mimi Hijab will never be there. In fact, just a few weeks ago, they asked him to come to the same show, and they told him the guy will be there. His name is Rashid, brother Rashid. He's an ex-Muslim. What Mimi Hijab and Lily Dawah, they said, they made a video saying it was a trap. Is that correct? It was a trap. So he refused to go. Even though, by the way, Rashid, who is an ex-Muslim, he is not a good debater. He's a very nice person. I have a lot of respect for him. But you know, debate needs special skills. Not everybody can debate. Even Rashid is very nice as an ex-Muslim. And they invite with him, what is the other guy name? Anyone remember? The guy who wrote a book, the guy who have a website about jihad, Robert Spencer. So Robert Spencer is not really a debater. He is a specialist about jihad. You know, he collect like the Muslim jihadists, they did this, they did that. He is not really the much scary person in debate. Still, Mimi Hijab and Lily Dawah, they run away from the invitation to the same exact program. Is that correct? And they made a video saying it is a trap. In the beginning, they were excited. The Dean Show, he made a video. He said, a great news. I received invitation from Morgan. And I told the brother Muhammad Hijab to join us, to join. Mimi Hijab, in the beginning he was excited until he learned who is the one who will debate him. And then he retreat. How come he retreat then, but he did not retreat here? Are you with me? He just heard that the other debater, his name is Rashid, he is an ex-Muslim and he speaks Arabic very well, and he's a Moroccan. But here, Muhammad Hijab, he have the guts to sit next to this rabbi. He did not know anything about Islam. I did not watch the debate, but you tell me, did the rabbi says to him anything about Islam? Did he quote for him the Quran? Did he quote for him Muhammad? Did he say anything? No, I don't think so. So they are so good in debating someone he know nothing, or someone he is going to read from his computer, like what happened with David Wood. This is why, for me, I refuse formal debate. Because formal debate, in the way they do it, is they choose a topic, and then 5 minutes for you, 5 minutes for him. That is not a debate. Here, this is that dog show. This is not about this is just a guy. The one who is moderator, he switched the topic as he wished. He changed it. Okay, let's go to this or no. Okay, let's stop here. Let's go. Let's ask this question. He changed as he wished. This is why it's not a debate. We can even change the whole topic if you want. The moderator is the one, because this is a show. This is not a debate. The rabbi was saying Islam is beautiful. Exactly. This is what they want. You see, that's mean the rabbi is an asshole. Excuse me. So somebody just told me, you see, I told you I did not watch the debate, but somebody said that the rabbi was saying Islam is a beautiful religion. That means the rabbi himself is a Muslim, even though he's a rabbi. Because if the enemy witness to the devil, how stupid you are. Do you think, I mean, do you see why they accept to debate this guy? So this guy, he come to debate Mimi Hijab to tell him Islam is a beautiful. This is what Mimi Hijab should say. Are you with me? This is supposed to be the job of Mimi Hijab to say Islam is beautiful. And you are telling me that the rabbi is the one who said that? So what is the rest of the debate for? This is why they debate only certain people. And look, even though the rabbi obviously is an idiot, still Mimi Hijab, he had to condemn Hamas. So what we accomplish in this show? I condemn Hamas. If they kill babies, it's proven they kill babies. Do we need to prove it? Even Hamas, they say that with their mouth. Even Hamas, they recorded themselves killing babies. In fact, all the videos they have them about killing the babies or killing women, it was recorded by Hamas. All of them. The stupid Hamas, they have a GoPro in the top of their head. And later when they are shot by the Israeli were able to take this film and use it. Why didn't you watch the video? Because I believe it's going to be silly and stupid. I don't have time to waste. And it looked like I was right. You just told me, one of you told me, that the rabbi said that Islam is beautiful. That means the rabbi is a liar. He's a politically correct, or he's ignorant. Each one of them is a disaster. And that's mean that Morgan, he invited somebody, maybe in purpose, to make Islam look better. Or maybe he is desperate, he could not find somebody to present the Jews, so he invited this guy. But you are telling me that there is a debate, they are invited to debate Muhammad Hijab versus Rabbi Shamuli. I changed his name, Shamuli, you should call him Salami then. On Palestine, Israel. Why the rabbi did not say to him, okay, you see, if the rabbi, he went and he checked a little bit in the internet. Let us say, you know, I'm a rabbi, I don't know much about Islam, okay. But we have something called internet. You can go right now and click at any website, have the Quran, and type the word Israel. And then this rabbi, he can start reading. And then he will find many stories about Israel. So what about you read a little bit, Mr. Salami, before you go and debate a Muslim? What about you go and search in Google, how many Jews Prophet Muhammad killed? And yet you go to Mimi Hijab, and you say to her, Islam is beautiful. So now, anyone he heard this, he heard positive things about Islam. So what was the debate is about? I'm going to open my Skype, even though it's getting really so late for me. But if there is any Muslim would like to make a comment about Mimi Hijab condemning Hamas for killing children and babies, and you tell me if you back up what he say, or you believe he is just being practicing taqiyya, which means being hypocrite liar. Either you agree with him or you condemn what he's saying. My Skype is open. We have a guy, his name is Abdul Rahim. Let us call Abdul Rahim. He called me today, 2 hours ago. Let us see if we can get Abdul Rahim. Maybe Abdul Rahim is not available, or he is not connected to the neighbor's internet. Because as you know, Muslims, they don't steal internet, neither electricity. By the way, people of Gaza, they never pay for electricity. They never pay for water. They never pay for internet. And then you ask yourself, who is the one who give them the internet and the electricity and the water? So we want to kill the Israeli, but we take electricity from them. We want to kill the Israeli, but our internet, which we use for terrorism, is from them. Why they don't take their internet from Egypt? Do you know how far they are from Egypt? 5 centimeters. Right? Why not from Egypt? Fear Allah and his slaves. Islam is bees. You know, just to remind you, Allah in the Quran, he threatened my people, the Arab Christians, long time ago, and he told them, if you don't believe in Allah, if you don't fear me, I'm going to erase your eyebrows and your mouth and your face, and I will make it backward. And then the Christians, they laughed at Muhammad and said, yeah, right, okay, well, we are waiting for your God to say what he promised. And until now we are waiting. So if you fear Allah, that's because you're a donkey. Your God Allah, at least he could not keep his promise. He threatened the Christians and the Jews, not only the Christians. And by the way, your God is so stupid. Still, he called us the people of the book. Yet we don't believe in him. So he agreed that we have a true book, yet we don't agree on him. And yet you think we're right, because that's what it means, people of the book. And the translation is false, by the way. It says, you who been given the book. That's false. It says people of the book. Actually, no. Actually, this verse it says Utu. He's right. It says Utu. I just saw it. All right. Believe in what we have sent down, confirming what is with you. So the stupid Mumimi Hijab, he keeps saying the Bible is corrupt, but the stupid Quran says confirming what is with us. And this is why we laugh at Muhammadan and we laugh at Islam and we laugh at Muhammad. He is just an idiot. So what the problem? Muhammad, he confirmed the book with them, but the Jews and the Christians don't confirm the book with him because it's false. Now you know that. What does that mean? That means you are an idiot. And then Allah is talking, saying, before we liberate faces and turn them up their back, which means your face will be to the back. That will be funny. So now if I want to walk backward because my face, my eyes in the back. Or curse them as we curse the people of Sabbath. And this has happened 1400 years ago. And still we are waiting. Have you even seen one of the Christians or the Jews from the time of Muhammad until now? He woke up in the morning and he found that his face is backward and Allah erased his faces and his mouth. By the way, translation is false. Not musu wujuhan mean we are going to erase everything in the face. So you will have a face, but there's nothing there. And you know, for the Muslim, they are perfect in translation. This is Arbery. I don't know what arbori he do for a living, but you know, I mean, he's arboring for us. You go to different translator, you will find different words and different zucchini. I mean, every Muslim, he have his own Quran. There's no Quran in the Quran because the translation is depend. Oh, who you have given the scriptures, between two bracket, Christians, Jews and Christians. Believe in what we revealed to Muhammad, SWO. This is short wave, you know, long wave. Confirming what is already with you. What the heck, you are confirming what is with us. What about you make a book to confirm what is with your book? Before we efface your faces. What does that mean? By making the back of the neck without nose, mouth, eyes, etc. I like that, etc. by the way. By the way, the first one who used the word etc. is Allah, proven scientifically. So the Abdul who is saying to me, fear Allah, I say to you, you are a donkey. Hold on. Did I say donkey? That's not nice. It's not me. You're a prophet, he said. Another threat. That the one who raised his head before the Imam, which means during the prayer, Allah will erase his, will change his face from a human to a face of a donkey. Another false threat from false prophet. Have you ever seen any Muhammadan who raised his head before the Imam finished the prayer? And there's billions of them since the time of Muhammad. His head became a head of a donkey. Have you ever seen one? So what this threat is about? And why Allah want to make the head of somebody, he is praying, he is supplicating to Allah. By mistake, he raised his head up. He didn't see, because you know, when you put your head down and your ass is up and there's a guy in front of you, you see nothing. You don't see even the Imam. You see an ass of a person. So the guy, he raised his head up, and now the penalty for raising your head before the Imam is making your head the head of a donkey. I mean, obviously Muhammad is a smart donkey. And why I say he's a smart donkey? Because the people who follow him are donkeys, but they are dumb to believe in such a thing. You see, your God will not make people donkeys, head of a donkey, for rape, for theft, for killing, but he will make your head the head of a donkey for raising your head. And you are a Muslim praising Allah a second ago. You are not even, you are in the moment you are praising Allah. Just because you left your head up, he will make your head the head of a donkey. And this is why the Muslims, they choose who they will debate, so they can look like they are the one who knows what they are talking about, and the other guy, he do not know. And this is exactly what happened. So here we see that this guy, as you guys told me, you see, I never know what this actually another person told me that the rabbi was doing good. Looked like he was not doing good at all. And I mean, how in the world he was doing good and he said Islam is beautiful? Those are false rabbi. You know, I used to go on ABN, a TV station, Christian TV stations, and you know, David Woody used to go there. So the ABN, they invite me to debate Muslims, and then before I go live, they start saying to me, the owner of the station, Christian, can you please be nice to the Muslim? I said, what do you mean? You know, don't use like a tough language, and you know, we want them to come back. You know, I said, listen, you know, I mean, I cannot be nice. It's not me. Do you want me to debate that guy or not? You say, yeah, we want you. No, we want you actually. But like, can you, like, you know, hold yourself and, like, you know, don't go all the way with him. Like, don't just bunch hard. Like, you know, can you make it soft? I said, do you want me to finish the guy, or you want me to give him makeup? What do you want? Why you guys are asking me to come to a debate if it's not going? Is that a setup? Are you telling me to lose a debate? And this is why I can go actually, you know, even those email is long time ago, but maybe I can find it. I sent them an email, said, don't ever contact me again. ever. So they want Christian Prince, but the nice version. When I debated this guy, the head of the Muslims in USA, the Muslim Shia, Al-Husseini, who have 4 interviews with Fox News, they told me, this is not our agreement. I said, I don't know agreement. I never told you, you know, you told me, you asked me for it. I said, I cannot do it. He said, but you were really so tough on the guy. You know, I said, just don't call me again. In fact, you will notice always when we have the invite me for a debate, the host in the behind the table, he sided with the Muslims against me. He sided with the Muslim. Why is that? Because we want the Muslim to come back. So I told them, never call me back again. I don't want to be there. You don't tell me what to say and what not to say and how nice I will be. I will never be nice. I cannot be nice with the devil. All what they care is just to bring the devil again because they want to run a show. And that's why I say there's a huge difference between business and mission. In a mission, you care for the truth. In a business, you care for having a show. But if they are smart, actually, they should be happy to have me because simply that will make more people watch and see what happened. But anyway, this is why actually I decided not to join any program no more, any of those things like, you know, because simply they boil my blood. Like, do you remember I have a debate with this guy? The guy who was killed, yeah, Rashad Khalifa, you know, his assistant, he was killed, Prophet Rashad Khalifa. So his assistant, which means the one after him, I have a debate with him, I forgot his name. And then the guy who was in ABN, this guy is an idiot himself. He called himself Edward. Sometimes he called himself, I don't know, Muhammad Ahmad. So he was a Muslim, he became a Christian, then became a Muslim, then became a Muslim, then became a Christian, you know. I mean, this guy is an idiot. So during the debate with this guy, if we can call it a debate, suddenly this guy, Edward, he told the guy, okay, he is going to go. Like, what the heck? So what we would do now? I mean, what you are saying? What? What is going? So they told me they have a debate. They brought the guy because I was not nice to the guy. I walked the floor with him. They told him, you can leave. You know, he's not being nice. To make him escape the humility. Yeah, something like that, Edward, whatever his name. A weirdo man. If you are a Muslim, you like to join us live on air, please feel free. If you are a Muslim. Don't worry, Allah will support you. Somebody here texts me, but this is what? Tuesday? His name is Muhammad, but let's ask him if he is a Muslim. I mean, you never know. Sometime he might be ex-Muslim. All right. I have another Israeli officer trying to contact me. What is the rank of this guy? Let us see. I'm not sure. Oh, this guy is from NASA. Oh, okay. I see here, I will not show his face. I see here NASA, and you see the Israeli flag. All right. So maybe he is like sent from Israel to NASA, I don't know, something like that. He have the Israeli flag in his right and the American flag in his left. All right. Let us see. I'm just looking at the messages to see if there is any Muslim. All right. You see, I have tons of messages, but I don't see any of them is useful, really. We are digging to see if there is any Muslim. Until now, I don't see any. Oh. I see messages saying to me, you're inspiration. And I keep saying to people, you can say those things in the comment, you know, not in Skype. I mean, I'm not going to read all those things. Anyway, if you're a Muslim, you can text me right now. As you know, my Skype is open. Do we have any Muhammadan who would like to join us? Anyone who have a knowledge in Islam, he's a sheikh, you know a sheikh, please feel free to call your sheikh, let him join us. We will treat him nicely as long as he is speaking nice. If he is rude, you'll get what you ask for. All right? Always you need to remember that treating people nicely or kindly is something very good. Absolutely. Regardless of their religion. But when you treat someone is rude, say he insults you, like the Bible says to us, if somebody, you know, hit you in your right cheek, give him the, okay, that's very amazing teaching from the Lord, right? But you need to remember that Muslims are different kind of people. And why I say that? The Muslims, they've been taught in the Quran that the reason the Christians are nice and kind because Allah curses us. Not because you are nice. So what that will do? When a Muslim, he insults you and he bully you, he will think that his book is telling the truth. Allah, he curses you by making you accept humility. Do you understand? He will say, oh, okay, Allah, he cursed them, he make them like live in immunity. And now when we insult them, because Allah cursed them, they don't answer. Do you see it? So Muslims, you have to treat them differently because they understand your kindness as a weakness, as a curse from his God. Are you following with me? This is a chapter 3, verse 112. So according to the Quran, Allah make you feel down. So when the Muslim, they speak to me, they say to me, how come you are not like the other Christians? Is that what Christ taught you? So you, when you are nice, they make fun of you. They bully you. When you are not, they ask you to become nice. When you follow Christ and be kind, they make fun of you, and they make fun of your Jesus, and they make fun of your Bible, and they humiliate you. The second you are a Christian, Prince, they ask you why you are not Christian. Is that what God taught you in your Bible? Suddenly, they want you to be Christian again. Because this is not the Christian they like. They like the Christian who they can spit at his face, and the Christian will not return the insult. So, you can practice that sentence with everybody, but not with people believe in evil and lies. That you are nice because Allah made you accept insult. Because Allah cursed you. So when you deal with Muslims, you have to deal with them. You know, I saw a video just before I go live. Muslims and like supporter of so-called Palestine and Jews, and they are shouting. I said to myself, if I'm there, I'm not going to shout. I will have a sign insulting Muhammad, and you will see they will go home. Why you are wasting your time? Nothing will hurt their feeling and make them really, look bad, except saying something really, really true. Like what about printing a sign, says Muhammad, Aisha, she said, the Prophet, he effed me when I was 6 years old. What about making a cartoon of Muhammad, a picture of Muhammad saying, I'm going to kill every Jew? Or what they do, two people on the side of the street, free Palestine, free Palestine, and the Jews on the other side, or supporter of Israel. You are fascist, you are Nazi, why you do that? Don't waste your voice. Hit the head of the snake. The head of the snake is Muhammad. Nothing hurt as long you are not insulting Muhammad. If you are not insulting Muhammad, who care about Hamas? Hit the head of the snake. You want to go in a protest? Take a sign of the filthy Muhammad. It shows there's tons of things Muhammad he said. Tons of things. Prophet, he said, drink camel urine. The Prophet, his piss and his shit smell so good. The Muslim used to collect his shit and eat it. Make a sign. Hamas, Hamas, they follow this. And Muhammad saying that you will have endless penis. Don't you think a sign, a big sign, it says that the Prophet Muhammad, he said to Hamas, if you do jihad, you get endless penis? Don't you think this will be the biggest humility for those who support Hamas and support Muhammad? Otherwise, shouting in the other side of the street, you are fascist, you kill babies. The other one says, free Palestine from the river of the sea, don't waste your time, hit the head of the snake. This is all doesn't hurt. You want to hear it? Do it right. Yeah, the problem, Mr. Islam always lose. By the way, Islam is lose. I don't know if you saw my channel title. Your prophet, he said, because your name is Islam always win, right? Which is not what your prophet said. Do you see this is in the top of my channel? Muhammad said in Sahih Muslim 146, Islam crawls as a serpent crawls back in its hole. So how you win and Islam is going to crawl like a snake inside the hole? And I find it, by the way, funny, because this is what you Hamas are doing. You crawl inside your hole. By the way, Islam is winning, but the Israeli took almost all of Gaza back. But Islam is winning. Ceasefire, ceasefire. So if Islam is winning, why you want to ceasefire? Don't you want to win more? You ask for a ceasefire because you are a loser, not because you are a winner. And by the way, did you see the tunnel under the hospital? Here we go. Do you remember when they said long time ago there's a tunnel under the hospitals, and Muslim they say it's a lie, and they have interview at Jazeera, they have interview with doctors in the hospital, they say this is absolutely false, they are just trying to hit the medical centers, blah 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 blah. Here we go. The tunnel is there, and today they took many journalists to visit the tunnel. You know what? Soon we will open a casino there. It's called Hamas Casino, Tunnel Casino. This is the hole. And by the way, Hamas are there in the hole. And this is the tunnel which is connected to the hospital. If you look in the corner of the screen, I don't know if you can see it, let me. They are showing you how the tunnel look like as a design. There's a graphic. Do you see the graphic? So now they are going inside the tunnel where the rats live. If I stop here, actually, sadly, when I click at the video to stop it, it make, oh, hold on. Let me try to zoom in. Here the graphic in the corner, but when I click at the video, maybe if I go back, let us see this, and I play, then you can see it better. Do you see how the graphic working? So they are showing you now how they are going down, deep, deep, deep down. All right, the graphic is showing you. And then the tunnel goes to the right side. I will play the video again, but just to show you the graphic. The tunnel keeps going all the way until it goes under exactly the hospital. I will play the video again, don't worry. I mean, just we are focusing in the graphic here now, so you can see how the details. So if I move it a little bit here, like here, he is moving, you know, it says 50 meters. So let us go and see the video from the beginning. This is how coward they are. It turned to be that the Israeli, they are saying the truth. And the Mohammedan, as usual, they never say something truthful. And they are using the hospital as a human shield. Because they knew the Israeli cannot bomb a hospital. If they do, the whole international community will condemn them. And this is why actually they force even civilians to stay in the hospital to be sure that even the yards of the hospital will be forbidden zone, so the Israeli cannot accomplish anything against them. And now they go down. You will notice they have a ladder. The ladder is made from metal. And it's very deep. I don't know if you can see the stairs. It's covered by dust due to the digging or maybe explosions. And this is the center of the stairs. It's like around the store. It's like, you know, it's like a around the column going in circle. You keep going down all the way to the bottom of the tunnel. And now we are in the tunnel. And by the way, they are not done yet. They reach all the way to a door. But they did not open that door because they are afraid that there is a trap, like a bomb if you open it. So they have to find a way to get in without going through that door, because they don't want to open the door. I mean, they can explode the whole thing, but they wanna use the tunnel as a proof. They don't want to destroy it. Same time, they want to see what is behind the door. It might be something important. See, this is a door which is, here you see firing hole, which means there's a hole. You can shoot from it in case of you want to shoot at somebody. So at the end of the tunnel, there is a door. Let us go back. And that door is bullet and explosion proof. Very thick. In the door, there's a hole to fire at anyone who want to get close to. So you never know. Maybe there is Hamas inside. I hope so. Maybe even there's hostages inside. This is from, you know, yesterday. We do not know. Actually, you know, the CNN, he went during night, which is a few hours ago. So I think still the door is still closed. Those rats, they claim to be men, they claim to be fighters, they claim to be brave, but the fact they are a bunch of cowards. When real army come to them, they are hiding. There is nowhere to, you cannot even fight them. And they are using civilians to protect themselves. And you know, for me, when I use the word civilian, I mean civilian supposedly is someone is not carrying a gun. But I believe that everybody is involved in this war, and the civilians are the first one to be involved. Like, you know, Hamas member, they have mothers. Well, the mothers are civilians. Okay. Are they supporting their sons in their war? Absolutely. What about their wives and children? They support their daddy? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, they are civilians. By international law, I'm not going to talk about a child now. I'm going to talk about adult. If you do hide a terrorist, if you support a terrorist, if you feed, shelter a terrorist, you are a terrorist. Is that correct? Is that correct? It is. Even if it's not a terrorist, if you shelter a criminal wanted by police, and you know he's wanted, you are accomplice in the crime. In any country. Yet they say to you they are civilians. Do you think really all the hospital team, nobody noticed that in the yard of the hospital there is a big hole, people coming in, out, bringing supply, food, gas, weapon, even missiles? Nobody noticed? So the doctors of the hospital are terrorists. The nurse and the nurses are terrorists. Because there's no way, they do not know. In fact, they found in the hospital an old, I think it's a woman, 60-something, 65, 67. She was executed in the hospital. Do you think that all those people there, nobody noticed, nobody saw, nobody heard? And this is why I look at the statement of civilian in a very, I find that's very stupid and not true. But, we are in a time where everybody is hypocrite, everybody, is politically correct. Civilians. Do Muslims believe in civilians? When the Assad, when Saddam Hussein, when Erdogan, when all of them, they were bombing cities. Did Erdogan remember that he have there's, if I go right now, I can show you the tons of videos. I can go just right now, and I can show you tons of videos. Bombing massive, in a massive way, with no mercy, towns and cities. Erdogan suddenly he cared for civilians. Since when? Those are the Kurdish. Those are Kurdish women crying for their kids who were killed by Erdogan fighter jets.
صرخاتهن صوت للألم، ألم لفقدان 12 شخصا قتلتهم تركيا في غارات جوية على الأكراد ليلة السبت المنصرم.
Turkey killed them. This is Erdogan. Tons, every day there's an attack on the Kurdish. Every day. But Erdogan suddenly, he is a person who cares for civilians. Why none of the Muslims goes in the street strike against Erdogan? Erdogan, he brought his army, massive army, to fight the poor villagers of those Kurdish. I can show you tons of videos. All of them, they kill civilians. Those are Turkish tanks coming to invade Kurdish villages and towns in Syria. What are they going to have to do with Syria? What he have there? Is that his land? No. He is schooling the Israeli, calling them occupation. And now those people, they are running for their life. And when they try to defend themselves, they call them terrorists. So if you fight against the invasion of the Turkish in your land, you are a terrorist. Do you see the hypocrisy? If the Kurdish, they fought back against the Turkish invasion, the Turkish consider them terrorist. Hamas is not terrorist for Erdogan. Yeah, welcome, you know, what you can say. Saddam Hussein, he killed tens of thousands of Kurdish by using chemical weapon. Have you ever seen one Muslim in the street striking? Never. Never, ever. The only one who protests for the Kurdish is the Kurdish. No Muslim protests for them. And by the way, Lili Dawah himself is a Kurdish. Have you ever heard Lili Dawah speaking about freeing the Kurdish land from the Turkish? He will not dare. He's a coward. He is a coward. All right, look like we don't have any Muslim. Have you ever read the work of Saint John of Damascus? You know, I think John of Damascus, he did not know really much about Islam. Why? Because Islam came as an invasion suddenly. So he wrote what he just able to know. You will notice that even they are not talking about really. I mean, if you go and speak about Jerusalem as an example, they describe the invasion in a different way. And they don't even say the word Islam. They say Arab. There's no mention of Islam. So I believe that even though that the writing of somebody asking about John of Damascus, I believe it's very important, very valuable as an very old documentation of what happened at that time. But I believe still John of Damascus, he don't have a full knowledge of the garbage of Muhammad. He grabbed what he just learned from the coming invaders. All right, anyone have a question? Do you miss the army or happy you are done? You know, I am not really a person who like to be in a army command because somebody always have to give you an order. But being in the army is something very important because you learn a lot of things. So I believe for any man, it's good for him to stay for a period in the army because it teaches you a lot of experience, skills, things is necessary for life to learn. It makes you a different man, you know. However, I don't like to join the army, not now. But if my country need me, I will be happy to be there. So if the army is a job for me, I don't want a job. If the army is a duty to defend my land, I will go there for free. In fact, if the Israeli accept me to be part of their army, I will join right now. But I am an Arab. And I know they will not even trust me to have a gun between them. It doesn't matter how much you say. At the end of the day, you are an Arab for them. Otherwise, trust me, I will be happy to join them to go after the dogs of Hamas. So I like to be an active soldier, not a soldier getting salary and eating, there's nothing, just because, like now, if you are in the USA Army, what is your job? Nothing. There's nothing really. I mean, they give you a mission, yeah. I mean, you go to Iraq, but there's no war. I joined the USA Army when there was war. I did not join when there was nothing. And there's a huge difference. What verse spoke to you most on your way to Christ? I hear those like questions, but I don't want to be like, I mean, your question is a very nice question, but I find it not right. Not right. Because, when you are a living human being, you are a living human being. You are not just a piece of rock and only one thing will touch you. You see, when you are a person who, like, let us say you are a rock and the rock is not moving. The rock does not have a choice what is going to touch the rock and what part of it is going to be exposed to the sun. So there's a side of the rock is touching the dust. The side of the rock is in the air and the sun. And then we try to find out which one is more effective or affecting the rock. Is it the dust or it is the air? The rock is a rock, have no feeling. It doesn't even recognize the dust, neither the air, neither the sun. But you as a human, you are a living being, and because you are a living being, you have emotion. You move, you meet people, you speak to people. Then there is a verse fit with every day in your life. Which means a verse can be touching me today, it can be a different verse tomorrow. Because the Bible is the Word of God, and it's a living word. Associate with the living human being. And every place in your life stages, there's verses about you. Some people, when they read the Bible, and this is the problem. They don't really live the Bible. They are reading. But this is not how you understand the Bible, and this is how you can be touched by it. If you go right now, each one of us, you have different problems in life. You have different negative, positive, good, bad, health, whatever. Pain, concern. You will find, if you read a chapter, let's say one chapter in the Bible, you know what? I will do something. Who want to give me any chapter? Who want to give me a chapter so I can show you what I mean? Anything of your choice. I don't want to choose something I choose. I know that the sound take time. No, give me from the New Testament, not from the Old Testament, because the New Testament is more in touch with our life. The Old Testament is more in touch with the previous generation. All right. The first one posted about Old Testament, that will not be our choice. The second one, John 8. So we will go to John 8. You know, when we read Jesus went to the Mount of Olives. Okay, sure. We don't even know where is that, you know. Okay. In the early morning, he came again into the temple, and all the people came into him and sat down and taught them. The scribe and the Pharisees brought into him a woman taken in adultery. And when they had set her in the midst, they say unto him, Master, this woman was taken in adultery, in a very act, which means she is red-handed. Now Moses and the law commanded us that such should be stoned. But what say you, Jesus? This is said, tempting him, that they might have to accuse him. Here, the Bible is explaining to us the background of the story. So let us stop here. You know, if you want to understand the story, you will not understand it unless you know that there is, you know, in the language today we say something fishy. How many fishy words we heard there? Suddenly they call him master, but they don't believe in Jesus. Suddenly they are bringing him a woman, and he is the judge in the court, but they don't approve his judgment. And the one who's doing that is the Pharisees, and those who they are the one who claim to be the most religious. So the verse, when you read it, before we continue, how many times every one of us, he faced the same situation? You've been accused or even red-handed in a very act, not necessarily adultery. You commit sin, you did something bad. And then suddenly you find yourself in the middle of the stage and everybody pointing finger at you. That you are filthy, you are bad, you are disgusting. I think most and more people, many people, they experience that in their life. And not necessarily about a crime like can be considered something massive, like you will be losing your life like this one. But it can be anything. A daughter, she is accusing her mother. A husband accusing the wife. The wife, she is accusing the husband. Mistrust, judgment, and you are under the spot of the lights, and the accusers are too many. So you will find that this story can fit with many of us, regardless what was the topic. Then if you continue, it says, now Moses command in the law, the law command us that such an act, like, you know, an action, should be stoned. But what says you? And here we experience in our life people who want to judge us, but there is people who they are merciful. People who they are very aggressive, they have no mercy in their heart. Or people who they are in different level of life, in different understanding. They have different spiritual way to look at you. There's one, he see only a criminal, a woman, she should be stoned. And there's someone else, he is thinking about it differently. And you will notice in verse number 6, it says, this is, they said, tempting him. So they are testing. That they might have to accuse him. What? So is Is it the case against the women, or is the case is against Jesus? So you might be in the story, the women, or you might be the judge. Are you with me? Because as you see, even the judge himself is a victim now. Did you notice? The story supposedly is about a woman. She is the one who will be punished. But the fact the story is about the judge should be punished. So sometime life tests you and make you think that you are the judge, when the fact you will be judged by your judgment. So you might be excited, okay, people, they brought this woman to me, I am the judge now, but you do not know what is in their plan, in their head for you. And that can happen to us all the time. So which one is you? You are the women who will be stoned, or you are the judge who will be stoned anyway. So now they want to see if he is going to follow the command of Moses, or he will not. If he did not follow the command of Moses, we will stone him. If he followed the command of Moses, he killed the woman. So look what Jesus did. So when they continued asking him, here you will notice that they are insisting, they keep asking, like they asked first time, Jesus did not do anything. They continue asking. He lifted him up himself and said unto them, he that is without sin amongst you, let him first cast a stone at her. So, does this story touch my life? Is it only one verse, or the whole story? If you say only one verse, then you miss the story, because the story is connected. The judge here is the Messiah, but it can be you. It can be me. You can be a father and your daughter do something wrong. So either you cast your stone at her, or you say to yourself, you know what, I did sin too. I'm no better. Either you say, I'm going to give her a chance, or you say, I will not. In the story here is a great example how sometimes we are hypocrite. We throw stones at somebody, but we don't see how many crazy bad things we did. You will notice here in the story that they brought the women who committed what? Adultery. Where is the man? Are you with me? A Muslim saying free Palestine forever. That's it. You know, free Palestine. Palestine is free, my friend. That's it. It's gone. But your God, Allah, he says, this is the land of the Jews forever. So go give a finger to your God. Because your God in the Quran, chapter 5, verse number 21, says, this is the land assigned to the Jews. So you stupid idiot, who you keep saying free Palestine, but yet your God, he is the one who gave the land to the Jews. Why you go and say free Palestine from the statement of Allah in the stupid Quran? Say it, if you're a man. Anyway, let's go back to our topic. So here we will see that the whole story can be about you in many stages in your life. Sometimes you are the victim, sometimes you are the judge, sometimes you are the Pharisee. Which one is you today? Are you with me? There's one of us today is the Pharisee. There's one of us today is that woman, not necessarily a woman as a gender, but in her case. And there is one of us is the judge, the same as Jesus, trying to tempt him, not because they are not interested in judgment. Here you notice they brought the women in the very act, but there's no man. Have you ever heard of a group of people, they find a woman having sexual adultery alone? Where is the man? Something is missing, right? You see, a theft can be done by one person. A killing can be done by one person. Adultery cannot be done by one person. Where is the man? And here you notice that a reason which nobody, no Christian, no priest speak about. They, just say, Jesus says, you have, if there is somebody you have no sin, cast your... But there is something very important. Jesus, he discovered that they are a bunch of hypocrites and maybe they are lying. Where is the man? If there was really an act of adultery and then they let the man go, that means those people themselves are criminals. They are going after this woman who is a poor woman, and maybe she is even doing it for money. But they let the man who is using this woman to get his pleasure. Where is the man? No man. But if you read carefully, they said that they found her in the very act. Where is the man? Which means this is not a rumor, like somebody said to somebody, somebody told somebody. No, this is they found her in the very act. But there is no man. So if there is a man, that means they let him go. That means they are corrupt, they are false, they are not really what they claim to be, rabbis or religious. They don't care for the law of Moses. They are practicing their own law. They are using the law for their own purpose. They brought a victim so they can reach into the point of a trap. It's like, you want to hunt the wolf. What do? You tie a chicken with a rope. You wait for the wolf to come. But in this scenario here, they are the wolves. And they use this poor woman as a trap for their own agenda. So in life, John 8, we did not continue, present many things about us. I can find in every line something about me and something about you. Jesus went into the Mount of Olives. Olive have something very special in the Bible. It's mentioned as a medicine. It's used as for ritual. It have a very, very special meaning. Why Jesus went to the Mount of Olives? There is a places in our life is connected to us. The Mount of Olives is connected to Jesus. Where is your Mount of Olives? It might be a place, it might be a person, it might be something lovely to you. So you will find that in Jesus going somewhere, something teaching you that if you want to be in the Mount of Olives, you better go there. It's not going to come to you. So if there's a lovely place, if there's a lovely person, if there's a lovely family, if there's a lovely target you have in your life, you better walk to it. Otherwise, that thing will not come to you. And that is Jesus. He's going there to teach. Maybe you are the person who will go there to learn. So you might be the teacher, but you might be the student. But you might be the farmer. There's many people there in the olive of oil mounts. There's people who they are taking care of the tree. There's the farmer, there's the villager, there's the one who is sitting under the shade, there's the one who's coming to listen to Jesus, and there's the one who is going maybe to make a paint about the Mount of Olives. It's beautiful. Each one of us, he have a Mount of Olives in his life. But it's only you who can find it. So we will notice here in the story that everything about this story, even though it is 2,000 years ago, it presents something can be touching to me. I can be the Pharisee. I lecture people about how to be good, but maybe I do the more ugly stuff you can imagine. I can be wearing a uniform of a priest, speaking about how good I am and how we should be good, but behind the doors, maybe is a child molester. Every verse you see in front of you, it have to do with your life, not only with Jesus. So when Jesus said to them, "He that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her." Now, this is a verse, is the heart of the story. Who agree with me that this is the heart of the story? What do you think? Is it the heart of the story? Does it touch you? Does it affect you? Do you use it a lot? I say that yes, this is the heart of the story, but the story is not over. The story is not over. Because I can say, you can say the same sentence to me. I can say the same sentence to you. But if I could not make you feel in shame, that sentence mean nothing to you, mean nothing to me. So obviously when Jesus said that sentence, he was able to do something very special. Remember, those people are hypocrite anyway. They brought a woman without a man, accusing her with the very act, and they are coming to test Jesus, to tempt Jesus, to see what he would do, so they can go after him, not after the women. And now Jesus, he said to them, if any of you without a sin, cast your first stone. So what the heart of the story, like what is the blast of the heart, like boom, 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 like what we learn from here? Anyone notice? The first thing you learn, that you should be smart and wise, not just a person who quote a sentence. You quote the sentence when the sentence is required. You say a word when the word is going to be effective. They wanted to tempt him, remember. And now Jesus being tempted. He been tried. If Jesus says stone her, well, now we know that he is going to follow the law. He is not a special. He is just doing, he is just a follower. He is not the person to follow. He is just a person to follow. I mean, he followed himself. He followed the law. But Jesus here, he showed how wisdom can solve big problems. How wisdom can be used for mercy. How wisdom can be used to expose liars. How wisdom can be used to touch the heart, even between those liars, to feel ashamed of himself. So when he said to them, the one without a stone, without sin, cast your stone, he did many things. He showed them that they are hypocrite. He showed them that they have he shamed them. And he showed them wisdom, that you aren't qualified. You yourself, you are the last one to be qualified to cast your sin, your stone. You yourself is corrupt. So how you can be the judge? And how you can be the one who carried the law when you are the thief, when you are the hypocrite? So you will notice, the more you read, the more you feel something about you. Many people, they see that this is a verse here showing the mercy and the love of Jesus forgiving that woman. When Jesus had lifted up himself and he saw none but the women, he said unto her, Women, where are those thine accusers? Has no man condemned thee? She said, No man, Lord. Jesus says to her, Neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more. And here you notice the hypocrite one of us. He will take the sentence, which we call it the heart of the story. The one who don't have sin, cast your first stone. But they will not remember that Jesus says, Go and sin no more. Are you with me? So if I am a fornicator, I will remember only the first part of the story. Jesus said, the one who don't have a sin, cast your first stone. Hey, you cannot judge me. I can do whatever I want. So I take that part and I say, Jesus, he forgive me for doing, but no. Jesus, he just gave her a chance. One chance. She take it or she leave it. Go and sin no more. And many times, us, we are given one more chance. But time will come, and then you go to sleep, and then you don't wake up. And all your chances are gone. The Lord, he told you, go and sin no more. He saved you from the execution. He saved you from the judgment. He saved you from the Pharisees. And he told you what you should do. Go and sin no more. So if I say to you, there's one verse in the Bible, touch me, I say every verse touch me. Because as you see, everything can be interpretation of my life and your life. Our book is not a tale of stories or a book of tales. Excuse my English. My English is not that good. I'm limited with my words. Sometimes I have difficulty really. The Bible is a very deep book, but my English is very limited, so I feel bad actually when I speak about the Bible. This is why I avoid speaking about it, because my language doesn't help me. My ability in English doesn't help me really to explain what I want to say. Like sometimes I stop, even like I'm trying to find the word to use, but the words I know is very little. So every verse in the Bible can be your story. And this is why I advise you, when you read the Bible, don't read the Bible, live the Word of God. Because then you will find yourself there. You will not be reading. You know, once I was teaching, and in the room, there's a big room actually. There's like a picture, natural nature. So I ask those guys with me, who can describe, who can, let's take a paper and pen, and either you draw this picture or you write. I did that many times actually, because that helped me to understand people in front of me, how they see things and what they see. And you will notice, even though we are looking at the same picture, all of us, there's only one picture. But each one of us, he sees something else. We don't say the same, we don't see the same thing. We don't even describe it in the same way. But all of us, we have eyes. All of us, we are looking from the same distance at the same picture. Why we don't see it in the same way? The answer is very simple. Because each one of us, he live different life. So he see the same image in different way. It's always depend in where you are and who you are. It's always depend where you are coming from. If we have a picture, have food, meat, fruits, and mountains, and rocks, and trees. A person who lives in a wealthy house, wealthy family, he will not even notice the food. I mean, he eat it every day, maybe. A person who is coming from a poor country, he saw those fruits, maybe he saw them like, he never saw them in real. Right away, he see the fruits. Or he see the meat. Other person, he sees something totally different in the picture. This is why you will see A person coming from Europe, he go all the way to the desert because he want to enjoy the desert. But a person from the desert, he want to go to Europe to enjoy Europe, the Greenland. The person who live in the desert, he don't see a joy. He see a very dead land, very harsh weather, very tiring. A person from Europe, from Norway, he want to go to Saudi Arabia so he can see the land, you know, the sand. Look how smooth it is. And then he drive a fancy car, Range Rover, and he think this is how he noticed the desert. But the true desert is not the one you see in the Range Rover, you know, with the air condition. So everyone, he have different vision for the same picture or the same thing. For we have different background, we have different stories, we have different origin, ethnic, languages, history, culture. All of those will impact how you read a story about Jesus. However, all those things, your culture, your region, your country, it's a desert, it's a snow, it's a wood, it's whatever it is, you will find that in any story, any chapter, any verse in the Bible, there is a place for you. Regardless if you are from Norway or from Tanzania. So I hope I answered your question. Now we can go more in details, but I think that's enough to explain. Right? So I advise you not to focus on a verse, because a verse does not tell the whole story. And by the way, I'm not talking about a story about the Bible. I'm talking a story about you. You are the story. You see, when Jesus said, Sabbath was made for the man, not the man was made for Sabbath, then you need to understand that everything you read here is for you. It's about you. It's not about Sabbath. The Pharisees, they think the whole thing is about Sabbath. But the fact is, Sabbath was made for the man. Same as the law. Same as the teaching. Same as the command. Same as heaven. Same as hell. So either we can be the hypocrite, the Pharisees, who we start, instead of worshiping God, we just worship the law, and we forgot who we are and why the law was brought to existence. Or we are the people who understand very well what God wants from us and why we are here and where we are going. This is why we are teaching against Islam, because Islam trying to deceive you, try to promote itself to you by temptation, sexual temptation. If you convert to Islam, at least the lowest reward is 72 women. The lowest. This is not the reward. This is the lowest. This is for the bad Muslim. In fact, this is the last one who will enter heaven. He will get 72. And the 300,000 servants and 72 women. This is the lowest. So you will notice that with Jesus, material is to be used, not to live for. In Islam, material and physical promise is the purpose. With the Messiah, life is a spiritual. Heaven is different kind of joy. Have nothing to do with food and sex. It's way more higher. In Islam, heaven is about sex, endless sex, non-stop sex, 70 years orgasm. The orgasm alone is 70 years. This is why Islam is very satanic, but it can be very appealing. It's violent, it's sexual, it promises you money, and that all will tempt a lot of criminals. People who worship money and sex and power and gold and silver, but not people who worship God. You see, if you ask yourself why even Allah, He promised the Muslims, Aka Muhammad, such a promise, then you will find yourself that the answer for that they are not really believers. They believe in the reward. They don't care for God, because if this God, he think they can believe in him without that reward, which is about sex and food and gold and silver, why even he promised them that reward? But he knew. He knew what they are. He knew what they like. So this is what the devil, he promised you. He promised you what you like. You know, Islam sometime, as Muslims, they try to paint Islam for us is like this. It's a green, there's a way, Islam is the way. You convert to Islam, you say Shahada, that's it, you are fine. And then you cross to heaven, and heaven is full of women, naked women. They are waiting for you. The second you enter heaven, they will be all over you. If the promise itself is not obvious to be satanic, so what else is satanic? In Christianity, Jesus do not need to promise you sex in order to be with him, to believe in him. It's like a bribe. Listen, if you believe in me, I will give you this. If you believe in me, what is your desire? The Quran says, whatever you wish, you will have. Any kind of sex. Your house in the heaven, according to Muhammad, is one brick of gold and one brick of silver. And here you ask yourself, you are in heaven, still we have a value for a brick of gold and brick of silver? What this promise is about? The promise is the same as a gang leader. When Muhammad, he asked the Muslims to go and invade the Roman in Jerusalem at that time, he said to them, attack the Romans so you can get the blondie girls. Attack the Roman so you can get the blondie girls. So who is Muhammad? He's a caravan rider, criminal, thief, and rapist. He is not serving God, not defending God, don't care for God. He wanna attack the Roman to get the blondie girls. Tempting his men to go to war, to kill, to rape, because he knew they like blondie girls. And then he made verses in the Quran about women who they are so white, because he knew his men like to rape girls. So, because he knew what their desire is, he designed a heaven fit with those pervert criminal desire. You know, when you want to do hunting, I don't know if any of you do hunting. In order to hunt an animal, you have to deceive the animal. You have to. So either you change the way you dress to cover yourself so he will not notice you, or you bring a recording to make a sound of a duck or a sound of a wolf or anything. You have to deceive the animal. Otherwise, the trap will not work. And this is how Islam is. With Jesus, there is no trap, and there's no false promises. And this is why, with the Messiah, the promise is not too much attractive for those who like sex, who worship money. Because there's, he said, he and she, they will not get married. They will be the same as angels. Oh, but I don't like that. So Islam will be a trap for those who they are living through their penises, through their pocket and money. So the one who worship his private part and his dollar, he will go with his private part and with his dollar, and that is Islam. Hell. Those who don't want such a thing to be part of their destiny, to be their part of their future, people who love to be with God, for they love God, because God is love, and they love to live the life of love, not the life of lust. Having sex with women who you never met, they are just made for sex, is nothing but lust. It's not even a wife. So with Jesus, you go to life by love. With Muhammad, you go to life by lust. And then you find out that what you thought is life is nothing but death. So don't be fooled, because most of the traps, actually all traps, they look nice. Otherwise, they will not be trapped. You will not be trapped by a trap. It's obvious it's trap. Right? All right. I hope I answered the question about the Bible. And I see no Muslim, he contact me in Skype, so we're out of customers. All right, let us close the Skype then. Anyway, I hope today we just, spoke about the Bible a little bit. And I hope I was able to help you to enjoy the Bible more. Don't read a story, live the story. Imagine yourself part of the story. Think about the story. Where are you from it? Are you the one who is watching Jesus when they are trying to condemn the women? Are you the ones who throw the rocks? Are you the one who want to tempt Jesus? Because it can be you, it can be me, it can be any of those. Are you the woman who is in the middle of the square, everybody trying to stone you? Who are you? Try to find yourself in the Bible. You are there. The book is about you. Even though it looked like it's about Jesus, right? But it's about you. This is why when the Lord, he said, that the earth and the heaven, everything will be destroyed, but my words will not. Why? Because his words is about you, and those who are the very elect, the one who decided to be with the Lord, they will live forever. So live the Lord, don't read them. And I'm not saying don't read them, I'm saying live by reading, living the words. Reading the words plainly. Like, when somebody sends you a text message, let us say, I'm joking with you. I say to you, I say you are a fool. You said something, I say you are a fool. But I don't mean it really. I'm joking, like just being, whatever. Either you take it serious, or you get hurt, your feeling, and you say, oh, he's calling me fool. Or you laugh with me, and you find it funny. So which one? If it was a joke, and then I take it seriously, that means I failed to understand what the word meant. What was the purpose of it? It's a failure. And failure causes misunderstanding. And misunderstanding can cause me to fight with the person. Or stop talking to this person. I lose a friend or maybe a family member. Because he just said you're a fool. So either I understand what is behind the word, and maybe it's funny and I laugh with him, and maybe it's serious, maybe he meant it, and then I'm right, or I just go and throw my stone at the word. You better not to go blind. This is why it's very important to live the word, not only to read the word. To understand the word, not to read just the word as letters. For everything, every word have many meanings. And then you can switch the word to the meaning you like, especially if you are a hypocrite. You can take the same chapter of John 8 and says, you know what, I can do now fornication because Jesus, he forgave the women. But that's not true. Jesus told the women, sin no more. And already you did fornication first time, and second time, and third time. When you are going to read the verse next to it, sin no more. But because you like sin, you like fornication, you like to disobey God, you decide to read only that verse, and you don't want to see the other verses. You decide to go blind. Where is the verse? I don't see it. He see only where Jesus said, the one without sin, cast your first stone. He don't see the rest, because this is the one he will find a comfort in it, but that will take you to hell. He will take where Jesus says, I don't condemn you too. But Jesus told her, sin no more. So you can be the selective person, you can be the hypocrite, you can be the liar, you can be the one who is fooling himself, because at the end of the day, if you try to manipulate the verses, try to make them as a source of sin and reason for sin, you're just fooling yourself. Because the whole Bible is about, be holy like your Father. Be holy like your Father. Not be filthy like Allah. So anything will make you go out of the line of being holy is absolutely will take you to hell. So you do not need really lawyers to explain to you and judges. Anything will make you go away from the way of holiness. That is hell. You do not need a priest to explain to you. You do not need a judge. You do not need a lawyer. You do not need a philosopher. You know what is sin. You know. But you close your eyes when you want, and you accept what you like, and then you justify it. And me, myself, I go through those stages too. Don't think it's only you. So I say to myself, oh, you know, I'm weak. Okay, tomorrow I will not do this no more. You know, we are human, you know. You know, what we can do. You know, we wish to have things is not ours. It's normal. You know, we get tempted, you know, sexually. You know, beautiful women, look at those women, they are beautiful. Is it possible for a man to see a beautiful woman and he don't get tempted? I can give myself all the excuses. There's a huge difference between being tempted and doing the thing. A huge difference. Big difference. To be tempted is very normal. To fail into temptation is a different story. So you will be tempted by money, by sex, by power, by wealth, by, you know, like now, YouTube, and I don't know even why, suddenly I notice that in YouTube, it says that you are qualified to activate super chat and ads on, whatever they call it, like for advertising. YouTube is tempting me. I can make money right now. Right now, I just click one bomb from YouTube. I have two accounts. This one have 144,000. The other one have, I don't know, 100,000 something. I can make good money. People, they can put donation here. But I know there are some people, they don't even come to YouTube unless there's a donation in their channel. If YouTube take the donation, they stop coming totally. They try to find different platform. I don't want the money of YouTube. Because now I feel better. I am here, not because there's a commercial plane, and not because there's people, they are giving donation. I'm here because I want to be here talking to people. Always the devil try to tempt you. So either you will become the same as the rest. Everybody serving God by taking money. But they can serve God without taking the money. And if you post a donation, then you will notice that your message in the top, and then I will choose you because you pay me money. Oh, this guy, he say, suddenly you are important because you paid money. The rest are not important. Do they pay money? No. It's the truth. All channels, they do that. They bet your, you know, if you want the admin, the owner of the channel to notice you, give him a tip. Suddenly your question is there, and then your donation is up, and now you are the man. So always temptation is going to come. Even though you don't seek it, it will come to you. And me, myself, I struggle a lot with a lot of things try to tempt me. I don't want to, you know, talk about what some people do. I go on Skype, I see people sending me pictures, women changing their profile picture every 2 minutes, texting me, they insist they want to talk to me in private, they cannot call. All of this is a form of temptation. Even though maybe they are good, maybe they are not bad. But temptation always is there. Either you surrender and you stay strong, or you will fail. How many preachers and how many decent men, they fail because of temptation? I'm not a preacher, by the way. I'm not a priest. I'm not a bishop. I'm just like you. But is it true? There's many men who supposedly serving God, they fail horribly because of temptation. Is it true? They lost even their family, their future, their career, their reputation, everything for just a stupid temptation. And the devil, he will never stop trying to tempt you. And the more you resist, the more he give you more temptation. The more he make things look so nicer, easier, easy. It's coming to you just to grab it. So either you surrender to the devil, or you say to yourself, sin no more. The second the devil try to tempt you, you always should remember, from John 8. Go and sin no more. Don't remember only when Jesus says, I don't condemn you. Remember that he said, go and sin. That's why I ask you, what do you think? Which one is the heart of this chapter? Most of you agree with me that about if you have no sin, cast your first stone. But the fact, the heart of the chapter is, go and sin no more. You live, you enjoy life. Life without sin is way more joyful. Sin never make you happy. I don't talk about my life. I don't talk about my private life. But I go through things like you do. I'm not coming from the sky with the cloud. I'm like you. You will never find joy with sin. Never. Sin make you rotten. Sin make you stinky. Sin make you hate yourself. Sin will bring depression. Sin will make you feel down. Sin will make you feel you are used and abused. Imagine you sleep with women every day. And then which one of them you love her? You love nobody, and you never feel love no more. All of them, they call you babe. Which babe is you? And what kind of woman she will call you babe? Just she met you 2 minutes ago and she sleep with you today. How many babes she have before you, and how many babes she will have after you? And the same, the man, he meet a woman, right away, he like her, she is wonderful, I really like everything about you. He said that to every single woman before you. And he will say that to 1,000 women after you. A man who seek love, he don't commit sin. There's enmity between love and sin. They don't live together. A man who loves you, he married you. A man who want to use you, he sleep with you. Sin and love cannot be under one roof. If a man, he says to you, I love you, so why he don't want to marry you? What is missing? Maybe he love your body, but this is not love. I have nothing to do with love. He love everyone body. He love buddies. So going back to the verse, we remember that maybe the heart of the story, which people always quote, that Jesus, he did not condemn the women, but people forgot that the blood of the story, which is in the heart, which is what is the heart for, is go and sin no more. So each time your heart is pumping blood, what about we say, go and sin no more, especially when temptation is strong, especially when temptation is coming to you and you do not know how to stop it. Temptation is powerful, but you can be way more stronger than temptation by just one sentence. You commit sin before, you learn that sin never make you happy. And I challenge anyone to say to me that sin make him happy. You will never find one. You will never. You live sin, you might feel temporarily joy, but then you will regret badly. You are a thief. Each time you hear the police car, you look around, maybe they are coming to me. I sleep in my house. I don't care. Police car in front of my house, in the top of my roof. Why I will be worried? Why will be worried? because I did not do anything wrong. And this is what happened to you when you do sin. You lose your comfort. You lose your trust of yourself and everything else, because you don't meet people who they are good. You meet sinners like you. You live with sinners. You associate with sinners. And you do enjoy sin with them. But then you find that the only way to enjoy sin is not to trust anybody, because they are sinners. They are liars. They are fornicators. They are cheaters. You sleep with married women. Can you trust a woman? She sleep around, she is married. You sleep with married man. Can you really trust a man that he will be good to you as a woman? He is already cheating his wife by sleeping with you. If he is good, he will not do it. A man, he don't respect his parents. Do you think he will respect you for being a parent? If he was good, he will never do so. This is why the Bible teaches us, from their fruits you shall know them. So the fruits is extremely important to examine things around us. A person who believes in sin no more, he will refuse sin. And it is a sin to be a cheater, to be a liar, to be a deceiver, to be a scammer, to be disrespectful for your parents. It's a sin to take what is not yours. Go and sin no more. So my friends, my family, I want to say to you, may the Lord bless you. I say to myself and to you, if you allow me, go and sin no more, so we can live a better life and we can be qualified, because you need a qualification. Even to apply for a stupid job, you need a qualification. You have a limited, even to work in anything, even the post office. The first thing in the post office they want is a trust. If they cannot trust you with the mail, they will never hire you. But your job is really simple. Just take this letter, put it there in the mailbox. Even that one is based on trust, extreme trust. So if the post office need a trustworthy person, how about entering the house of God? What is the qualification? How you can be trustworthy to be qualified? The answer is very simple. Go and sin no more. Thank you all for being here. May the Lord bless you. I don't want to stay longer because I'm losing my voice. It's getting very late for me too. I say to you good night, good morning, depending where you are. And may the Lord bless us and forgive us for our